Hello everybody, my name is Aidan Hoy and welcome back to another edition of Smackdown Reviews with Aidan Hoy. This week's edition of Smackdown with the Universal Championship. I can't believe I've got this week, it's better to have it on you than not to have it because it fits so well with the blue and it's blue. It's a blue championship, so it's good enough. Anyway, so Smackdown this week was actually better than the previous week. So I'll just tell you the bunch of segments we had tonight, and then I'll review them. So we had Sheamus and a Jeff Hardy segment. We had an Otis trying on King Corbin's crown segment. We had Otis versus King Corbin. Drew Gulak talking about AJ Styles. The Miz and Morrison pranking Braun Strowman. Lacey Evans versus Sonya Deville in their rematch from last week. Kayla Braxton being completely covered in slime. Well, that was the highlight of the night. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles came face to face tonight to discuss their title match at Backlash, I presume. Bayley and Sasha Banks are now the new women's tag team champions, which I'm not too happy about because I don't feel like these guys deserve anything. I feel like Bayley should be told to defend her title every single week without question because that's what gives it a little bit of an edge to SmackDown. We had Drew Gulak versus AJ Styles, The New Day and Shorty G versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro and Mojo Rawley. Didn't really like that match because New Day and the New Day and Shorty G are a good are good pairing, but I just don't think Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Mojo Rawley are a good pairing. It just doesn't make sense. Braun Strowman flipped over a van, so that was a highlight. We had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Bayley and Sasha Banks for the tag team titles. We had a trailer for this upcoming Raw with the Peep Show, an all new version of the Peep Show. Miz and Morrison destroying Braun Strowman's car, and then it went to 205 Live. So let's get on to the review. I have to say that there was one title defense on that show last night. One. And out of all the tag teams on both Raw and SmackDown, they had two tag teams competing for the women's titles. I keep saying my case, and that is that if they want to make these shows not boring, they have to add in a little more pizzazz to their content. I mean, if you think about it, I'm going to shut this quickly. If you think about it, WWE has been on a downward spiral ever since, COVID came out because they've had to work in the Performance Center. But that is no excuse to produce bad content. You've got the resources to produce good content, but you're waiting to these big pay-per-views to have the big matches. People want to see a SmackDown, they want to see a Raw, and they want to see an NXT with something to look forward to. Like, I am sick of going on to WWE's page these days and seeing no title matches, no title defenses at all. I don't know whether Vince is telling his champions you don't need to defend tonight, or whether his champions are telling him I'm not defending tonight. I don't know who it is, but whatever one of you have said that, yous are lazy. If you want to give your viewers something to watch, give them a title match to appease their boringness, okay? Okay, so we started off the show with Jeff Hardy explaining how he felt last week, explaining what he felt last week. He got interrupted by Sheamus. Sheamus firing some big blows at him, saying, "Oh, don't blame everyone else for your own failure," and all like that, blah 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 blah. Jeff Hardy came up the ramp. He was about to hit Sheamus. Sheamus was about to hit him with a brogue kick. Jeff Hardy took him down, started beating him down, and then from then on it was just Sheamus powering over Jeff Hardy. We then had Otis and Mandy Rose backstage. Otis found King Corbin's crown and started to wear it. I wonder these days if SmackDown's a comedy show like flipping the Big Bang series, or if it's a sports entertainment show. I'm starting to wonder. Otis versus King Corbin we had next. Didn't like the match at all. They have these weird matches. I don't like them. They're just not right in the head. So we had King Corbin versus Otis. Otis getting disqualified because King Corbin used a chair. What else do we have? We have Drew Gulak basically talking about AJ Styles. Miz and Morrison pulled a prank on Braun Strowman. Apparently, Braun Strowman was trying to refill his juice or something, and it went everywhere. We then had Lacey Evans versus Sonya Deville. This was a rematch from last week. I don't know what the rivalry is here. I'm not sure if there's going to be a rivalry between Sonya Deville and Lacey Evans. But there's two women in that ring that deserve a championship match. I'm just going to tell you this now. I don't like rivalries. I don't. I think if you have champions that are ready to defend their title, I think you should just let them defend their title against someone that night. Do not keep booking them. This is what WWE's doing these days. They're deciding as soon as a pay-per-view's over, we'll start planning for the next pay-per-view. We'll not even give our subscribers, our WWE Network fans, our viewers something to look forward to. You're not going to get it. But yeah, Lacey Evans won the match after Mandy Rose came on the Titantron and started slabbing about Sonya Deville, so that happened. Kayla Braxton interviewed Universal Champion Braun Strowman backstage. Unfortunately, though, John Morrison and The Miz had put the slime on the right-hand side instead of the left, so Kayla Braxton got completely slimed. I feel bad for her. Daniel Bryan and Styles came face to face for one more time before their match at Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, so basically Daniel Bryan said something in that promo that got me going. He said, if I win that title, I'm going to be fighting every single week on Smackdown and giving people opportunities. If you ask me, that is just another lie from Vince McMahon to say, oh yeah, he'll defend his title every week. He'll not. The thing I can see Daniel Bryan doing if he wins the title, is defending it like once every 2 weeks or something like that. He's not going to do that every week. They always say that and they never do it. I don't like the way that the WWE Champion, Universal Champion, Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, I don't like the way they don't defend on their brand. I think they should defend on their brand instead of waiting to pay-per-views. It's not funny anymore. But yeah, so basically they each called themselves a coward, so that's okay. Bayley and Sasha Banks were backstage just having full joy because they're both women's tag team champions, but they're also the SmackDown Women's Champion. We got Drew Gulak versus AJ Styles. It was an alright match. Drew Gulak won with a roll-up, I presume. The next match, obviously, you guys know, Shorty G and the New Day versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Mojo Rawley. Kofi Kingston ended the match with a Trouble in Paradise to win. Braun Strowman flipped the van, which just things I've seen before. But yeah, that is basically everything on SmackDown. And if you ask me, I would give this show, and I'm not even being joking here. I give this show a 3 out of 10. Guys, I don't actually think there's going to be one day where my rating for SmackDown or Raw will go up again. I think it's always going to be down. It's just going to have to be down. Because they realize that the circumstances they are performing in are not their usual circumstances. So why can't they at least give us something good to watch while we're stuck at home? Can they not say, you know what, you guys are all stuck at home, we'll give you a championship match tonight. We'll give you a Universal or WWE championship match tonight. No, we'll give you a stupid rivalry that no one flipping cares about. Because I don't care about it. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back this Monday night on Raw for the Raw review. As you can probably tell, I'm a big SmackDown fan. I'm not really a big Raw fan. I'm a big SmackDown fan. I just wish they would do much more for my brand that I love. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and have a very wonderful day. Peace. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.